Muslimah Mummy Tag from Memoirs of a Muslimah. The first question is, how many children do you have and what ages are they? I have one. Her name is Samaya. She is 15 months old. Next week she'll be 16 months. What's the meaning of your child's name? I already told you her name. Um, Samaya was the first martyr in Islam, and it means self-sacrificing. And we had a hard time picking a name, so I don't even know how we picked it. It just was, I was in labor, we were walking around to move labor along, and we decided, okay. How do you help to teach your children about Islam? Uh, well, we pray with her. You know, she sees me pray all the time, and now she participates in it. And, we just teach her different words, and now that she's learning about um, trees and grass and birds and bees and not the birds and the bees, but animals and things. I tell her that Allah made everything, and oh look, it's raining. Allah makes it rain, that sort of thing. She's only one, so she doesn't understand. But alhamdulillah, we just try to put it out there. Also, I'm teaching her the Fatiha. We've been going over that with my regular lessons to her. We work on our ABCs, our numbers, we work on Arabic and French, and we also work, we're going to just be working on Fatiha probably for the rest of the year, and then once she can talk more, we'll start learning other short surahs, inshallah. How do you handle birthday/Christmas whilst living in the West? Well, we celebrate birthdays, but not like anything really big. So we might go to someone's birthday party. When she turned one, I was at my mom's house. I got her a cupcake and put her on a new dress. And that's about it. I'm not completely anti-birthday, but we don't do like a whole big thing about it. Christmas is a little different because I am a convert, so my family is Christian. I do attend Christmas dinner because that's when the family's together, and I would hate to not participate when all my family is together. I don't trim the tree or anything like that. Um, I don't give gifts, but if people want to give me a gift, I accept one, and I accept gifts for Samaya. But as long as it's not in Christmas paper, I prefer it's not wrapped at all. But we accept gifts, and that's about it. I think it's dangerous for your relationships with your family to take a really hard line about it. If that's the way you feel that your faith needs to be expressed, then by all means do what you have to do. But it doesn't speak well of Islam if, to me, if I am really hard nosed about it and difficult and don't spend time with the family. I have to maintain family ties, and I have to be welcoming and warm to them, and I hope that people will have their interest piqued about my religion and believe that it's something peaceful and loving and good. But if I'm all hard and mean about it, or it's gonna sound really harsh, and nobody's gonna be interested in that. um how do you make Eid special for your children? Do you have any family traditions? She's still very little, so we didn't do a lot. We wear new clothes, we go to the Eid Salah, we go out to eat, we have something sweet, give a gift or two. But later on, I want to do cookies and decorations and more gifts and things. But I don't want it to get like Christmas, like too commercialized. But I want it to be something really special. So I have a lot of ideas. I've been looking at Pinterest, but I'm not going to do any of these big, wild things they're doing. I just want to do a few special things. Definitely, it'll involve a lot of food because I like to cook. I like to bake. Um, what has having children taught you about your faith? It's really made me more patient. It made me really think about how much Allah must love us. Um, or can love us, because of how much I love her. I never loved anybody like this. I've been in love, and I love my family, and I love my husband, and love my friends, but I've never loved anybody the way I love that little girl. And um, it just makes me love him more because, for one thing, it scares me sometimes how much I love her. Like, I don't want to be worshiping her. So whenever I'm really feeling overwhelmed, which is a lot of time every day, with love for her, I'm looking at her when I'm just like, Alhamdulillah for you. SubhanAllah, I can't believe you created this child for me and made me her mother. It's unbelievable. I don't know how anybody could be um, an atheist and have a baby. Like, I don't know how anybody could think that there's no God when they see the miracle of childbirth. Um, and having a perfect child is unbelievable. Alhamdulillah. Do you have any fears about raising Muslim children in the West? Not really. No more than raising Muslim children in a Muslim country. Let's not fool ourselves. All over the world, people fornicate, people commit adultery, people abuse each other, children, people drink, people smoke, people do all sorts of things. Um, in some countries, it's not as out in the open as others, but don't think that in Muslim countries nobody's dating, nobody's doing the things astaghfirullah, you hear about in Europe or in America or in Canada or whatever, because it's happening everywhere. I don't want to pretend like the real world isn't there. I want to be honest and open with my child and tell her the truth about things. And tell her why we don't do certain things, why she shouldn't do them, what the danger is physically, economically, emotionally, and spiritually for like all these, like a lot of major sins that people take for granted now. But we live here, so you got to be aware of what's going on. I just think that with the right family structure and with spending enough time and lots of dua, by the way, that it'll be okay. We all grew up here, so a lot of us. So I don't think it's any more dangerous than most other places, actually. Um, and it's a lot easier to practice your faith in a lot of the Western countries than it is in some Muslim countries. No one's coming around telling the imam what the sermon has to be about. No one's telling you you can't wear hijab and go to school, except for in France, I guess. Or work certain places. It's not the same. Yes, there's Islamophobia, but you're very free to practice your faith in a lot of these countries, especially, at least as I know, in America, as compared to a lot of countries, Muslim countries. And you're more free to practice parts of your faith as a woman. Like, to me, being an independent woman, working, earning your own living, or having a business, property, different things, you're more free to do that in the West, voting, than you are in a lot of Muslim countries. And that's a shame, because those are rights that were afforded by Islam a very long time ago, and a lot of Muslim countries don't adhere to them, unfortunately, or some Muslim countries. Um, do you have a favorite Islamic story that you like to read to your children? Uh, Not really. I'm working on teaching her the Fatiha, so that, but not really a story. When I read translations of the Quran, I read it out loud to her, and I read it kind of in a voice that might keep her interested. But right now, the books we're reading about ABC 1, 2, 3, using the potty, different animals. So that's it. The Islamic books I have for children are for older children. I don't have any for babies. What's your favorite activity to do with your children? My favorite thing is to pray, because she loves to follow us when we make salah. Actually, she kind of goes ahead of us. As soon as you say Allahu Akbar, she makes sujood, and then she'll stand up, and then she'll make ruku. It's so cute. MashaAllah. What's the best thing about being a Muslimah mommy is the ajr, the sadaqah jariyah of having some children who, inshallah, will grow up and be believers and will make dua for you even after you're gone. And I just think about, and I pray for her to have a good, righteous spouse and to have a beautiful family. And I just think about, through her, I could have, like, generations of Muslims praying for me. And I don't have any other Muslim family in my immediate family. So that's unbelievable. And that we might all be reunited in Jannah, that's the best thing to me. The future, inshallah. So that's Assalamu alaikum.